Okay, welcome to my sketchbooks. This was my first sketchbook when I really started doing pen and ink sketching last summer, and this was the first picture I did of Bagland Church. I'm not going to go into huge detail about these. They're all local scenes to begin with. Sometimes you see a building, you see a street scene, and you think that's nice. I wouldn't mind sketching that. This was in Devon. It's called the Puffing Billy Guest House. And my wife and I stayed there for our 30th anniversary in September of 2016. It's right on the Tarka Trail, which is a disused railway line. It's brilliant for walking and cycling. That's the incorrectly named round chapel in Port Talbot. Incorrectly, it is a chapel, but it's not round, it's actually octagonal. That, for a long time, was by far the most modern building that I'd ever sketched. If it's not 10 years old yet, but I like it. Not as much as I like the building which was in its place, but even so, it's got something appealing about it. And that's the first book. Here we are. Again, buildings in Port Talbot for the most part. Although this is Neath, which is a neighbouring town, a town I used to work in. I don't want to show you that. There we are. That's actually in Swansea. Now, if I just stop on this one for a second to talk about it, I don't know if I've said it in any of these videos, but I did find once I actually started urban sketching, or trying to urban sketch after a fashion, I started noticing things I'd never noticed before. I started looking at things I wouldn't have looked at. I would never have noticed, and never had noticed, those lovely windows just above the Bon Marché shop. There's a bench just here, and I just sat down and sketched it because I had the book on me. Never have done that before. It's one of my favourite Welsh towns, Hay-on-Wye. And I made a couple of sketches there. A rare pencil sketch, that's Swansea Marina, and that's Dylan Thomas's statue. A charcoal sketch. I like my trains, and this is the very famous King George V King class Great Western Railway locomotive. Incomplete sketch there. Oh, these are all more recent. This was another attempt at a line and wash picture. That's the gatehouse to Kidwelly Castle in southwest Wales. And Margam Castle, which is in Port Talbot. If you're a Doctor Who fan, you may well have seen this one before. And that was the first line and wash picture I did where I was even the least bit happy or satisfied with it. That's just a nice building, which is literally a couple of hundred yards away from where I live. And that's actually the back view of it, taken from the Talbot Memorial Park. Another line and wash, St Theodore's Church in Port Talbot. Now, still persisting with line and wash. This actually was done in situ on plein air in Prague. That's St. Magnus's Cathedral. St. Magnus? No, it's not. St. Vitus Cathedral, sorry, which is it's the centerpiece of the Prague Castle complex. More sketches from Prague. If I move them down slightly so you can see both of them. This one is kind of a composite sketch. This is the Charles Bridge, which is one of the most famous buildings in Prague. And I just happened to see this guy walking across. It was quite early in the morning. That's why there's relatively few people on the bridge. And I sketched him in very, very quickly. Sketched the head, the outline of his arms as they were, waited for the move to repeat itself, did a little bit more. And it only took he took about 5 or 6 steps before I got him all. Let him go and then gradually filled in the rest of the bridge and also other people. None of these guys were here at the same time he was, but I just did them as they were coming. This incomplete sketch here I did from Prague Castle, sitting on the wall, looking out across the river. It's not that successful, but if you look at that little water smudge there, it had actually started snowing. So I beat a hasty retreat. I only did one more line and wash picture in Prague, which was this one here of that's the town hall in the main square of the old town, and that's King Charles at the end of the Charles Bridge. Both of these, let me just check you can see them okay. Yeah, both of these were actually made while I was sitting on a riverboat. Our old friend Prague Castle again with St. Vitus Cathedral. And this is a lovely church, the Church of St. Nicholas. And that's I think it's the Chechov Bridge. Again, the boat was fairly still, I think I should say. And there we go, one more picture in this sketchbook from Prague. There you go. Now, in the next video, I'll show you my 2 more sketchbooks and a couple of pictures from a larger one. So hopefully see you then.